It out here so everybody can join in. 1 second. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today, and happy Monday. So it's the first full trading day of the first full trading week in a little bit, right? Last week we had a short week. We had a holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful and blessed weekend. Happy Easter. And here we are with a fresh day today. So it seems like that a lot of folks didn't come back to trade today. It was still another kind of lowish volume day. But goodness gracious, does this grind up ever stuff? So it was one of those type of days again. But there were a couple setups and there were some names that moved early today. We'll take a look at those. We'll take a look at those in a little bit as we talk about today's topic, which is trading gaps with the reversal. So good stuff there. Let's take a look. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, awesome, 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 good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off at the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. More than likely up, right? And then we'll go over the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX, up 58 points here today. Back to the upper Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart as we're only 5 days into the month, but really 2 trading days into the month, which is pretty incredible. 1 trading day into the week, and look at this weekly chart. It's already a big 50-point candle already, which is incredible. Now the RSI is starting to get a little bit close to the overbought area, so let's see how much longer it takes for it to get to that area before we see maybe a potential pullback, but we'll see how it goes from there. So look at the daily chart. So again, we've been counting this Elliott wave up here, right? We've had a pretty nice move. We're basically tracking a larger wave 5, right? So it's been pretty interesting, right? We kind of have this 1, 2, right? And then basically this 3, we're kind of working on this wave 3 right now, right? So we're just kind of seeing how this goes, this subwave 3. And basically this impulsive wave has been pretty impressive. We had one count here that said that if this is the top, we could see an ABC down, a nice 618 retrace, and we just never got there, right? It was just one of these situations where the impulsive wave is just continuing, and they haven't made it easy. But you kind of go back and you look at, okay, so here's your impulsive wave up, any diagonal, here's your first mover. Here's short wave 2, which is really rare, right? So we would expect maybe, and I wouldn't be surprised based on the grindiness of the up move, that we talked about the theory of alternation last night, right? So you kind of have this 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5, that works its way up here. And once that 4 is done, right, or once that 5 is done here to finish this wave 3, right, then we might see maybe a little bit like a grindier kind of wave 4, and then we start to keep going up again. So again, it's been pretty crazy right here, but again, we haven't been too far off on it. Our Elliott, our pitchfork projected move, we actually thought this thing was going to get up to like 4,400 here by this week, right? So we're getting pretty close here to the to our reaction line. So we're going to see how that holds up here going into this month. So it could be pretty interesting. So anyway, good stuff, guys. So that's this. Let's take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. So we're just tracking that Elliott wave up there. And again, this is our game plan going in today. It was mostly this triangle, right? And this is kind of like we thought this was a wave 4 triangle. We talked about this last night, kind of this 1, 2, right, 3, and then 4 triangle, and then boom, 5, right? So it's kind of nice breakout here this morning on, just off of, I guess, Friday's good job numbers and not a huge amount of volume until, basically like towards the end of the day, right? So some action right there, but looks like we are up here again this evening. So the the irrational exuberance continues, right? As we're kind of testing this geometric line right here, but we also have this to contend with here tonight. Maybe something like this here too. So a couple little geometric levels here that we're kind of testing here tonight. So we'll see how it goes. The big one would be this one right here to see if we kind of come back, and test a couple of these areas here from today. But again, it's all price discovery territory right now, as we're at all-time highs. So we just kind of have to see where the value areas lie and where the potential targets are, which we look at in the bubble report each morning. So good stuff there. All right, cool. Well, good stuff. Let's take a look at the topic for this week. This week we're gonna be talking more about trading gaps, and we've done some series on this in the past, but I just kind of wanted to hit on it, a couple times right here. I think it's important because this is one that we pointed out in the bubble report this morning. Is a great example here. Is the reversal, right? The gap reversal. So a lot of times we talk about the gap and go, but when do we get a little more confidence, in a gap that's going to reverse? So we'll talk a little bit more about gap and go this week probably. But what I want to do is I just want to highlight Tesla here today. So Tesla. So we didn't talk about it much yesterday, but Tesla is interesting, right? So it closed Friday, with a red candle. Right, and so this is really interesting. This is really why it's so important to have a macro perspective on your charts. Instead of just being like, okay, well, we're gapping over a key level. We've got a professional gap up, right? So therefore, it's going to be a gap and go, right? Well, not necessarily, right? So one of the things that we look at right here is that Tesla has been in the context of a downtrend, right? Ever since it hit 900, right after its stock split, it started to work its way down, right? You kind of had this 1, 2, kind of 3, A, B, C, 4, maybe a wave 5 down coming up here on Tesla, and we've been below the macro trend line, right? And then we had a bump line off of this steep down move, and then after we broke out of this, right, we started to form a trend box because we haven't confirmed above it yet. So Friday is interesting. Don't get me wrong, right? I mean, shorts got just hammered on this one this morning, right? No question about it, right? We had a nice red day here on Friday. Now, we weren't in a downtrend, but it was a red day on Friday, right? So you think, folks might want to short this into the weekend, right? It's a holiday weekend, so not too many want to short Tesla over a 3-day weekend, right? But look how caught they got, right? Up here, not only do we gap above, right, the lows, we gapped above the day's high, right? So a lot of times that we expect to see a push over that level off of a professional gap, but we didn't get that today. And what was really key about this was the trend box, okay, the recent level right here. And I pointed this out in the bubble report this morning. I said, if we can get above 720, there's a chance we could see 740, right? And 740 is basically like kind of your next drop area, like around here, this level here. And so it's like 745, but we had to get above the trend box, and we did not do that today, right? And so if you kind of go here, this is what we were looking at here pre-market in the bubble report. It's like, okay, well, we're at 716 right here. We're kind of getting close to the top of the trend box, but unless we can get above this with some sort of authority, I said watch out for the fade. Right, watch out for the gap fade. And this is, we pointed out on the live stream this morning, we pointed out the quick short opportunity on Tesla right off of the 1-minute chart. Right, it just kind of set up right away, right? If you go here to the 1 minute, it just was like, no, it's not going up, right? You could just tell, right? The things were just curling over, right? And give a nice push down, nice 1 minute candle right here, and then boom, for a quick move to the downside, right? And then it just kind of ground its way down. So when we see that it's kind of given up on the potential for a gap and go and a move to the upside, right? That is where, and we're missing some key levels. That's where we look for the reversal on these gaps. So if you miss the opening move right here, you still look for short setups intraday, right? Because it's shown some resistance in these areas, and I love this because what Tesla did do is give a nice triangle right here, right? So you can kind of look at this maybe as a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E triangle, right? And then here's a nice down move. Now, did you get a lot of follow through on it? No, right? It filled the open gap. It didn't fill where we closed yet, but it still makes a good target, right? And you can still get in here and trade this even off of this inside 5, right? You get a nice breakout candle right here with some increasing volume. Inside 5, take that one down, and you still get a nice trade out of that, right? Even from here, right? You get in at 691, and even if you stop out at this 5-minute candle right here, you still pick up 3 points on it. If you had some runners on it too, could have taken a little more profit too. Right, so good stuff there. So we look for the short opportunities on this one. Now, it did give a good reversal to the upside, which is great, right? But then it hit a key level up here, right? So it hit a key area of prior day's resistance, right? So where we dropped here off of the 1-minute chart, right, and off of this kind of intraday pivot, right, which is pretty cool, which also happened to correspond to this pivot right here with the pre-market, right? So again, it gave another short opportunity here in the end of the day. And what I like about this one is that we got a nice put flow activity in our Discord channel today, which was pretty cool too, and that kind of led things into the close there. So that's the gap, right? And that's the reversal. If you can't get above these levels, especially if you can't get above a key level on the daily chart, right, which is your trend box right here, major area, right, look for the reversal. So that was pretty cool, and Tesla was a good example of that today. So good stuff. All right. Well, at this point now, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll try to get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let's take a look and see what we got out there. So Shirley sent a few in via email. Shirley, I hope you're doing great out there. So let's take a look and see what we got on the radar here. So we got Texas Instruments, guys. Beautiful move on this one. This gave like a almost a triple pause day, right? This is whenever you see a big breakout candle like this, you want to keep it on the radar and then see how it handles, right? It's kind of waiting, building up energy again for the measured move up, right? And so we got that. We got a nice follow through here on Friday, a small candle, but then boom, today was that kind of just perfect little measured move up right there. So a nice move that on Texas Instruments. So we'll see if it gets any more upside on that. So at this point now, just kind of keep an eye on your geometric lines, keep an eye on your trend lines here, right, and see how that holds for Texas Instruments as it continues to grind its way higher. Nice stuff there. LMT, the War Machine. Same thing here too, guys. Beautiful, 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 right? So nice move right here. Good breakout candle here, increasing volume, 3 pause days in a row, right? Here's your today was your move on LMT. So nice move there as well. Good find. MRVL with the semis. Let's take a look. So MRVL. Again, nice push here, right? Again, semiconductors, a little bit of a little bit of flow, right, coming into the semis this so far. Nice little doji sandwich up here today, back over the daily cloud. So good stuff on MRVL. Sono. So Sonos, okay, so good stuff right here. Nice strong increased volume day here over the ADMA, right? So a couple things we are concerned about, right? We got the triangle pattern, right? This kind of this triangulation that it's got going on. So looks like it's kind of working its way up the triangle. One name I want to mention real quick, and Shirley, I appreciate you're just kind of all your requests, but let's take a look at Uber real quick here, guys. Again, this was setting up super bullish here on Friday. We got a little bit of a gap up today, but the pullback was not surprising on it, right? So I still wouldn't be surprised here if Uber kind of pulls back a little bit and then gets out of this triangle. So that's one just to kind of keep on the radar. So another one to keep an eye on there. So good stuff there. And then Google, let's take a look. Yeah, so Google did great today, right? So a rare big day for Google. It had a nice candle on Friday, right? And you got the follow through today with the gap up. So again, Google, guys, I mean, imagine this, all-time highs on Google, right? Today, incredible. So again, a lot of these our big five names, the B5 we like to call it, Google, the FANG names, were epic today and really helped the market. Because it's kind of weird, right? You see the market at all these all-time highs, and there's a lot of red names out there, like Uber, right? You get all these names, that are out there. A lot of banks were red today, right? Wells Fargo is red, Piton is red, right? Neo's red, oil is red, right? So it's not like the whole market is like this is a huge exuberance. It's the S&P, right? And then of course the big five is moving things a lot here. So good stuff there. Appreciate it, Shirley. Jay, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at SHW. Yeah, so look at that. Where is this thing? Wow, way down here. Wow. Sherwin-Williams. What? This thing just got beat up. Oh, they had a split? They had a split. Okay, I see this here. Yeah, so we had a 3-to-1 split on this one. Okay, well, that's cool. At least they brought the price down a little bit here on the painting name. So good stuff there. Yeah, so see how it goes. I mean, this is one, again, it's basically relative value, right? So we'll see how it goes here. Again, it's just a split. So at this point now, just kind of see how it holds these levels and if it can kind of grind its way up. I'd rather look for a pattern on this one. It was looking a little bit before, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I wouldn't expect this to fill the gap anytime soon, right? So this is basically the exact same stock, same price. They just split the shares, right? So LFMD, let's take a look. So LFMD, again, this is an interesting one here too. So LifeMD, we're kind of looking at this A, B, C-ish type formation right now. It hasn't really broken out of any major levels yet, right? We kind of have this geometric line here to kind of keep an eye on. Inside day here, see if we can get some volume over these levels if it's ready to make a move, but I would wait for any of those geometric lines to get taken out there. And then, of course, you got, let's see, a tree. Yeah, Lending Tree kind of interesting right here. It had a kind of a spinning top there, but still holding on to the ADMA here so far. OLED, that's a really risky name to trade. This is a tough name to trade. It really is. It gives even the spreads, not only the options hard to trade, but the spreads on the shares are really tough too. Doji there with the ADMA, so we'll see if it gets any movement on that one. Tzu. Travels a big push on that one here. Upper shadow here. I'd be really careful with that upper shadow. Wow, you're putting a lot of names out here. All these names are really tough dangerous to trade, in my opinion, right? Regeneron can make some big moves. I mean, you've got to nail the move on. You cannot just scalp these names, right? These are very, very difficult names. $3 spreads on the shares alone. Very, very risky. So, but yeah, Regeneron gave us that bounce off the bottom of the channel right here. It's still kind of just overall just kind of grinding its way down. And CMG is another tough one. I won't even touch this name anymore. I used to trade this one a lot. But I mean, intraday, I mean, this thing like gaps. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like the volume is like 800 shares, 600 shares. I mean, look, you can't even trade this, right? I mean, here, 100 shares in an entire 15 minutes. Right, and this thing gaps all over the place. Very, very difficult name to trade. So just caution off of that one. But you can still look for it, see if it breaks out of the channel right here and gets going. It's kind of more of like a long-term hold, keep your fingers crossed type stocks. Those are all tough names. But appreciate you bringing them up though. So good stuff there. Mike, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Yeah, so Nvidia again, incredible, right? So I mean, this thing, I'm still bearish on it overall. Right, so I still think it's going to finish this zigzag down. It's looking like an ABC up right now, a very nice ABC. I wouldn't be surprised if it tested this channel, right? So one of the things we can see right here is we actually haven't broken out with increased volume out of the trend box yet. So we're still just kind of drifting higher. We're not in a short-term uptrend yet, so just kind of see how it handles these levels right here. Again, watch the semis, right? See if the rotation keeps coming into it. I mean, this thing could push its way up and keep doing its thing. But for now, it's looking, kind of interesting here off of that, the first impulsive move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clear impulsive move down, right? And here's your levels right here. We're right at the 618 too, right? So a little bit of caution on Nvidia going into this week. Boeing, I'm not saying it won't work its way up, but I'm just still kind of tracking. I'm not trusting it, right? So Boeing's similar, right? Big impulsive move down right here. It's still holding its geometric line, right? And this is basically at a 618 retrace here too. So a little on the bearish retrace. So a little bit of caution off of Boeing too. And then Amazon. Amazon with the 3 white soldiers here. This is one of the toughest setups to trade. Because it always looks like it's extended, but a lot of times it does get follow through to the upside. So do keep an eye on Amazon tomorrow. The big area of resistance is going to be in the middle of the triangle here. So this basically this 33.30, 33.25. So kind of see how it handles that area right there in the middle of the larger triangle, right? But it has kind of ground its way up pretty nicely. So we'll see how that goes here. Again, the recent down move right here, also at the 618, just to add more what's going on? Is this whole thing just a bearish 618? So a little bit of caution there too. But good stuff. Appreciate it, Mike, as always. So, Siag, what's going on? Good to see you. Mike, Mr. Softy. Can you guys believe it? Fresh all-time highs on Microsoft, too. Also, 3 white soldiers on this one. And really, really cool stuff. We like this one at the open today, and we pointed out in the group. Very, very nice move here today. Again, it was all about the first, 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes, and then it was just kind of drifty for the rest of the day. But great move, great candle here on the daily, and very impressive, right? Fresh all-time highs for Microsoft. Great stuff. And some folks were swinging this one based off of the Army news. Really, really great stuff there, too. So awesome. And PLTR, I wish this would give you big candles like with Microsoft, but still kind of doing its thing here. A little bit of a shooting starish type candle off of the just above the 80 MA. So see how it holds there. Eventually it'll move somewhere, one way or the other. So good stuff there. And then my pleasure to see you. I appreciate it. Jay, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, let's take a look at skills. The skills to pay the bills. So skills here under the 80 MA. Still kind of sandwiched here between the 200 and the 8. So let's just kind of see how that holds right there. I'd like to see it get some volume. It is drifting up a little bit here after hours. So let's see if we can get any upside follow through on that. But again, I'd like to see a strong high volume close over the 80 MA, and then of course for it to hold, right? So that would be great. So good stuff there. Bullish bearish trades, what's going on? Good to see you. Okay, hey, we mentioned a couple of these already, but I'm happy to look at these here again because they make good points. We talked about Uber last night, right? We got a good gap up here today. We got a nice triangle forming here on Uber, but to me it looks like it really wanted to kind of do too much. I would not be surprised if Uber pulled back a little bit, maybe even tested down here again, right? Because you kind of look at this A, B, C, D, E, right? A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, right? And this could be like a 1-2 to kind of get its way out of here. So look for a 618 retrace on that and see how it holds and if it's ready to go on Uber. So that could be interesting there too. PLTR, again, this is kind of a shame. This thing's just been so choppy, grindy here for the last couple days. So to see how it holds and if it, get some, maybe an upgrade or something like that, get things excited on it. Apple, again, beautiful move right here. But basically, I've got a couple different things, however you want to draw. I think the more accurate right here is is this line off of these levels. So to me, it looks like it's working on a fresh uptrend, mini uptrend, right? So I took out the trend box here. So this is kind of the geometric line that we want to hold here so far. So let's see if Apple can continue to maybe hold this geometric line and work its way up into earnings. Otherwise, right, we may see some more downside on it because we're not at all-time highs. And it's actually really interesting to see the stock market at all-time highs, and one of the highest weighted names in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow is just kind of not there, right? So it's pretty interesting stuff. So keep an eye on Apple. But it was a beautiful move today. Very, very nice. Again, we were messing with Facebook and Microsoft today, but Apple is a good one too. Messy, what's going on? Good to see it. Yes, so SPY. Again, same thing here on SPY. Again, it's just like the infinite wave up right here right now. We put that in the, I had kind of a bearish count in the newsletter this weekend, but I also put an alt count on it. I was like, look, it is possible that this wave could just keep going, and it is, right? So that's what we're seeing here. You can see here on the hourly chart, basically kind of this 1, 2, and wave 3 isn't even done yet, right? So this thing is like, kind of wave 3, 4, 5, right? and then wave 4, and then wave 5, right? So this thing is a very, very interesting wave that we've been tracking here on the SPX and on SPY. So good stuff there. Yeah, impressive move right there. Lower volume on SPY today, but interesting, right? So TGT, the Target, again, big move on this one too. And Walmart was strong today too. Again, guys, here's an amazing example, right? So Target did oh wow, look at that. Target did the triple pause day and then up. And then it did it again, and then a quadruple pause, and then up again. So, it's just kind of like almost like a perfect stair step up right here on Target. So, it's pretty cool stuff. Let's see if it gets any follow through, but very, very nice. Good find on that one. I love it. Theory, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, Neo. So, Neo. Again, not so bullish today, right? Technically Tesla down. NIO with a bit of a pullback here at the ADMA, so let's see how that holds. It's kind of flattening out here. I mean, we got some geometric lines that we're contending with. Ultimately at this point here, this looks pretty impulsive. This last move down, right? So you can kind of see, maybe this kind of 1 ABC wave, 2, 3 A B C, maybe 4 is done. Maybe it'll go up a little bit higher, and then it might have another impulsive wave down. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on there. See how it handles at ADMA. If it closes below with increased volume, might see some more downside. Could be interesting there too. And then OR, yeah, let's take a look. So OR looking interesting right there. So this is Cisco gold. Oh, nice. So so a little bit of a spinning top here at the 200-day moving average. See how that holds. Could be interesting there, and just look and see if it gives kind of like a dirty sandwich, but could turn into a spinning top reversal. So good stuff there. Michael, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, let's take a look at a couple names that we got out here. So you got DNN. Woo! Nice candle on that one here today, kind of pushing its way up after hours. Nice cheap name right there, but the miner's looking good. I like it. And then DE. Let's see. Yeah, John Deere getting really, really tight up in this range here at the ADMA. Let's see if that can get going right there. And then Grow. Woo! How about that? Grow with a big push right there. I love it. Nice push on that one. Again, you got to love a candle like that. So, good find on that one. NNOX. Yeah, that was just here we go, guys. We talked about the gap in reversal today. Again, it's very, very similar. We gapped right into cloud resistance, into some selling pressure, right? If you kind of look what it did here pre-market, right? I mean, at the open, it was nowhere close to the pre-market highs to get going. And so we saw a nice reversal off of that. Perfect example there too, Michael, on the gap in reversal for today's discussion. Very, very good. And then ETH, does this pull up here? Oh yeah, we can get Ether futures, Ethereum futures. That's awesome. In Thinkorswim, that's great. So just basically grinding its way up here. Fresh highs on this one. Incredible stuff. AMC, let's take a look. AMC gave a little bit of a pop here today, kind of spinning top. Not really too much action there, but very, very interesting stuff. NGU. The Bank of Montreal, I love it. Yeah, the FANG IDX 3X, nice. So a nice push up there with the spinning top on that one, and then the socks. The socks. I love it. So look at that thing with that huge hammer right there, getting close to the all-time highs. I know, incredible. The Fred, I know, exactly. I mean, today was just crazy. Like, there'd be no volume, and then there'd be one candle with, like, triple volume on it, and then no volume. It's like, but yeah. It was all about the FANG. I know, they were on the B5, the FANG ride today. Incredible stuff. Good find on that one, too. So, Jay, yeah, Trip. Yeah, Strip is pretty good. Not a lot of volume here on the options. Interesting little kind of Dragonfly Doji. See if we can push above those levels right there. It seems to be finding a little bit of resistance at today's highs. And Ron, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at SITE. Again, another kind of hammerish type candle. These are not my favorite candles. I know they look bullish, but you got to be careful with those. A little bit of caution off of that one. Square, we talked about this last night with Paul. And he's saying, keep an eye on it, right? See if it's getting ready to go. Maybe you might do like kind of a 1-2 type move, and then off of that 618, maybe off of 220, and then get going. So that's something to keep an eye on here too. Very, very tricky name. MViz, let's take a look. MViz again, still kind of contained within the triangle right here. It had that big push up right here. It could be a double pause day, right? Let's look for a green candle on this one to see if it's ready to go again on Microvision. So it's a nice find there too. So Jay, yeah, you got Spot on the radar. Another very challenging name to trade. You're finding some very, very difficult ones. Inside day today, so see how it handles those levels. Wix. Wix is the spinning top here off of the cloud, so a little bit of caution off of that one. Win is usually an okay one to trade. A bit of an upper shadow at that kind of a shooting star. Just be careful with that. I know it's the casinos are kind of involved with the IWM a lot, right? So watch for that, for a reversal back to the ADMA on that one. Yum, also another tricky one, especially with the options there. Could be working and starting to, kind of a cup and handle-ish type pattern. See how that goes there. But good stuff. And then PD. PagerDuty, yeah, another kind of obscure name right there, but a little bit of caution there with the kind of a bearish harami on that. It could be a homing pigeon, but just a little bit of caution there too. So good. So see how MRVL bullish harmonics to 58 by the end of the month on Marvel. Nice. Yeah, it could be. I like that. I see that. Okay, so good. So yeah, you've got your down move right here. That's retrace. That's a pretty nice retrace. It has to be like a 382, right? Yeah, and then back up here to this move. So yeah, nice little butterfly type move on that. Very, very nice. Good find on that. Good. And M King UA, let's take a look. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a UA. Yeah, this is actually strong here, guys. This was looking pretty nice here going into the weekend. I like the inside day from the other day. I think we had an inside week too. Yeah, this is popping up on the radar this weekend. Nice follow through to the upside here. Good stuff here. This is a tough one. This used to be a great name to trade. It's been really, really dry on the volume with the options, but nice move here. But Ford getting pretty exciting here too. GM had a breakout candle here today. Nice one there too. So keep an eye on that one over the next couple of days. Ford pretty decent here as well with increased volume. So amazing to see these names in play again, but very, very good stuff. So James, when will TD fix the chart for SHW? I don't know. I'm not sure when they will, but you can do you can call them, and you can do you can do the chat through there and do like a technical request on it. Just ask the question or call the technical support, and they'll let you know. At least they'll put them on the radar. So I want them to fix the SPX right on the weekly chart here now, where it has this volume on here. It's like, what, really? So it just has volume here? Okay, cool, interesting. Right, so cool stuff there. But anyway, guys, good stuff. Great chart request tonight. Awesome. I really appreciate it, guys. Every time you guys tune in, great requests, great questions. We had fun last night on the Elliott Wave Show. If you didn't get to see that, definitely check the recording on that one there too. But anyway, guys, if you're new here, be sure to click subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. We always appreciate that. And be sure to hit the notification button too if you want to see when we post our videos throughout the day, and for our Good Morning Market Prep video as well. So good stuff there. Yeah, Uber's got some harmonics too. Nice. Great. I love it. Perfect. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I wish everybody a wonderful evening. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Nice. Yeah, so I appreciate that. I put it in the Discord. That'd be great. And we'll see you guys, Bubble Report subscribers. We'll see you guys for the Bubble Report. And we'll see our Elite Access members in the Discord. And until then, guys, stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And we'll talk to you guys soon.